Legacy Chapter 47, The Choices We Make. 2. It was night in Konoha, and it was a beautiful starry night sky without any evidence of clouds to hide thousands of stars. The moon was shining high in the sky, bathing Konoha in a silver light. Everything was quiet in Konoha, there was no one outside and the streets were deserted. The only sound was that of the nature, the wind rustling through the trees and a few animals. Just outside of the walls, a single shinobi could be seen hopping from tree branch. His high-colored black with red clouds flowed in the wind as the shinobi blurred through the trees, intending to arrive as soon as possible. The shinobi opened his eyes and a familiar blood-red color with black markings blazed to life. A three-tomoed Sharingan scanned the surroundings as the shinobi hopped down to the ground, still concealed in the shadows of the forest. The shinobi blinked as he saw a large transparent dome around what seemed to be the entirety of Konoha. It was a sensing barrier to prevent any foreign shinobi access to Konoha without anyone knowing. The shinobi simply walked right through the barrier like it never existed. A perk of the job, as he used to belong to the Leaf. The shinobi looked ahead and noticed that the big green gates were closed. He jumped high in the sky and, landing on the wall, proceeded to run up them until he reached the top. The defensive walls of Konoha were the biggest structure of the village with the exception of the Hokage Tower. The shinobi scanned the surroundings, making sure that no ANBU team was around, and jumped down and into the depths of Konoha. Senju Compound. As in all of Konoha, the Senju Compound was also quiet. Everyone was sleeping peacefully, not realizing that an enemy shinobi was approaching quickly. The same could be said about Naruto and Hinata, who were sleeping next to each other. Talk talk. Thumb. CAW. The moment Naruto heard a ticking noise on the window, he sent a kunai flying towards the target. He didn't even open his eyes as he was asleep only moments before. The kunai was embedded with lightning chakra, so it didn't break the window. It pierced the glass and hit whatever was on the other side. What was that? Naruto wondered in thought. He looked to his left and noticed that Hinata was slowly stirring. What happened? Hinata groggily asked as she raised herself from the bed. Talk talk. Naruto heard it again, but this time he was already fully awake. This sound was coming from the window. He looked up and noticed something pocking the window. His Sharingan blazed to life to allow better vision. It was a black crow, pocking the window with his beak. What is he doing here? Naruto thought in confusion as he slowly got up without disturbing Hinata and quickly got dressed. Nothing, Naruto replied, kissing her forehead. I'm going for some fresh air. Go back to sleep, Naruto said, and Hinata mumbled something before going back to sleep again. Naruto silently got out of his room, leaving behind a shadow clone to guard Hinata. Just in case, Naruto thought, and walked out of the Senju compound, following the crow. Naruto made his way deep into Konoha and arrived into a training ground. Naruto watched as the crow flew and landed on the shoulders of someone standing on a tree branch. What did my crow ever do to you? Itachi asked, shaking his head. This is one ballsy move, Itachi, Naruto said, looking carefully at the other shinobi. I did not came here to fight, Naruto-kun. I only came to talk, Itachi stoically replied. I know, Naruto whispered behind Itachi's ears. Itachi's eyes widened as he quickly jumped down from the tree. He landed on the ground and looked up to see another Naruto where he previously stood. He got behind me with me realizing it and with my defenses up, Itachi thought in amazement, and watched as one of the Narutos dispelled in smoke. Naruto sat down on the ground, with his legs crossed. I feel no ill intent coming from you, otherwise you would already be dead, Naruto said with a serious voice. Now, what can I do for you? Naruto asked, focusing on Itachi. I have a few questions I was hoping you could answer, and in return I shall tell you what I know of the Akatsuki, Itachi replied in his monotone voice. Really? Naruto asked surprised. I thought you were loyal to the Akatsuki, but you are willing to betray them for this info I may not even have or be willing to share, Naruto explained. I will take my chances, Itachi simply replied, and Naruto chuckled. I still wonder what you are doing in that organization, Itachi, Naruto said, and Itachi raised an eyebrow. The same as every other member, capturing the tailed beasts, Itachi replied, but Naruto shook his head. I don't think so, Naruto replied, and Itachi just looked at him with a blank face. I have recently heard very interesting news about the Uchiha massacre, Naruto said, and watched as Itachi slightly tensed. Actually, it comes handy that you are here, as I also have a few questions that only you can answer, Naruto explained. What do you know? Itachi questioned. The Uchiha massacre was one of Konoha's deepest and darkest secrets. Only the Sandaime Hokage and his 3 advisors knew of what had happened. It was an S-ranked secret that everyone swore to never speak of again. It was supposed to remain buried forever. Everything, Itachi, Naruto replied, and Itachi looked down. How all of that was mission from the village, since the clan was preparing a coup d'état, Naruto explained, and Itachi could only nod. You killed your own family for Konoha, Naruto slowly said. You did something I could never do, Naruto replied, but Itachi remained silent. Although you shouldn't beat yourself up since you didn't kill anyone, Naruto said, and watched as Itachi's head suddenly snapped up. Excuse me? Itachi asked in confusion. Was Naruto playing some sick joke with him? I did a mass exhumation on the clan and every single member faked their own death, Naruto replied, making Itachi's eyes widen. No, Itachi replied in disbelief, slightly shaking his head. That's not possible. I would have noticed something different in them, Itachi replied. The bodies they left behind were perfect replicas, including their DNA. It was like some clone, although to the cellular level, Naruto explained. I don't know how they did it, but cloning someone to that level takes years to accomplish, Naruto said as every piece started coming together in Itachi's head. Zetsu, Itachi replied in disbelief. He had been tricked by that Toby fellow. Him, that was supposed to be a prodigy like no other. The white and black plant thingy? Naruto asked, and Itachi nodded. One of his special abilities is to clone and take the appearance of anyone he touches, Itachi explained. If that is true, then you do realize that Toby is most likely some member of your clan? Naruto asked, and Itachi nodded. He played me from the beginning. He helped me with the massacre, but everything was planned from the beginning. Toby said that he was Madara and I was a fool to believe him. I gave him information about the clan without knowing that he in fact belonged to it, Itachi replied, shaking his head. What will you do now? Naruto asked and watched Itachi sigh. You could come back to the leaf, Naruto stated, but Itachi gave a hollow chuckle. I appreciate the offer, but I have much to do, but not enough time to do it, Itachi replied, dropping to the ground and coughing up a mouthful of blood. The amount of blood was so much that it even fell to the ground. Oi, Naruto said, surprised, and rushed Itachi. Are you alright? Naruto asked, surprised. I'm dying, Naruto-kun, Itachi replied, chuckling. I just hope to have enough time to right my wrongs. I didn't expect this information, Itachi replied and steadied himself. What is it you wanted to know? Naruto asked as he sat back down. Is it true what you said about Toby taking Sasuke-kun from his prison? Itachi asked, focusing on the blonde. Every word, Naruto replied, and watched Itachi sigh and raise his head to look up at the stars. I never wanted for anything of this to happen. The plan was for me to kill the whole Uchiha clan and leave my brother alive. By making him hate me, I wished for him to grow strong and one day come for me. By doing so, he could purge me of my sins and begin a new Uchiha clan, a better one. Itachi replied sadly. No offense, but that plan was flawed from the beginning, Naruto answered. While hate may make someone strong, they make them unstable, and look what happened. He murdered his own teammate, in cold blood, just for his eyes, Naruto replied, thinking about Sasuke murdering Sakura to achieve his Manjikyu. One of many mistakes I did in my short life, Itachi replied solemnly. And one I intend to fix, Itachi replied sadly. You are going to kill him? Naruto asked, surprised. I thought you left him alive because you loved him, Naruto said, confused. I do love him. He's my little brother, Itachi replied, gritting his teeth. But I cannot overlook what he has done. Even if he was to kill me and supposedly avenge my clan, he wouldn't be welcomed back in Konoha. He would be fugitive for the rest of his life, Itachi sighed. Once again I'm forced to kill those I love for the greater good. I'm sure hell a special place for someone like me, Itachi replied and blinked as Naruto was suddenly at his face. Naruto brought up 2 fingers and poked Itachi on the forehead. Did he just poke me, the Itachi Uchiha? Itachi thought, with his eyes twitching and thinking about forgetting everything and killing the brat right here and now. Naruto's fingers started glowing green. After a few brief couple of seconds, Naruto released Itachi and watched as he fell to the ground. What did you do? Itachi asked in amazement. He never felt so strong and healthy. Itachi took a deep breath, filling his lungs with the night's cold air, and noticed that he felt no pain or difficulty. I've healed your body and gave you a gift, Naruto replied, looking at Itachi. I hope you use it well, Itachi, Naruto replied seriously and watched as Itachi rose from the ground. Itachi flexed his hands, taking another deep breath. He slightly flared his chakra and felt it cover his whole body. He never felt so strong in his life. His Sharingan flared into existence and started glowing in the night. Even his skin seemed to gain a stronger color. How did you do this? Itachi asked in amazement. Naruto had cured his disease, which everyone said to be incurable. Itachi had an autoimmune disease that every single doctor said to be incurable, and that Itachi had his days numbered, and yet, a single brat of 17 healed him in just a few seconds. Who knows? Naruto cryptically said, but allowed Itachi to see his silver eyes with several concentric circles. The eyes of the sage, Itachi said in just above a whisper as he stared at Naruto's silver eyes. He has the same eyes as Nagato, Itachi thought in disbelief. The Rinnegan eyes were legendary and had only appeared in a single figure throughout history, and now there were 2 users of them. Although Naruto seemed able to deactivate them, unlike Nagato. This Itachi, Naruto said, pointing to his silver eyes. This is the Sharingan's final form, Naruto said, with his Rinnegan glowing in the night. You are full of surprises, Naruto-kun, Itachi said, chuckling. Not so sound ungrateful, but why did you do this? Itachi asked, confused. We tried to take you 3 years ago and even hurt your girlfriend, Itachi explained. You are a good person who got dealt a crappy hand, Naruto explained, shocking Itachi. And I believe in second chances for everybody, and this is yours, Naruto said. Thank you, Naruto-kun, Itachi replied, smiling. Now that he was fully healed, even his smile didn't seem that creepy. Here, Naruto said, and threw a 3-pronged kunai at Itachi. Should you ever need any help, give me a call, so to speak, Naruto replied, and Itachi nodded, stashing the kunai away. What will you do now? Naruto asked, curious. I'm going to keep tabs on Tobi while I wait for Sasuke. If anyone knows the whereabouts of the Uchiha clan, is him, Itachi replied. And Sasuke? Naruto questioned further. I'm doing what I should have done all those years ago, Itachi replied and turned his back to Naruto. Foolish little brother, Itachi thought as a single tear ran down his eye. Goodbye Itachi, Naruto said and watched Itachi disperse into a storm of crows that rose into the sky and flew away. You placed a great deal of trust in him, Kurama warned. A half-blood Uchiha out of everyone else, Kurama explained. You could feel him as well. He has a pure heart and I could feel the love he has for his brother. He will prove a valuable ally in the future, Naruto explained. Your call, Kurama replied and went back to his slumber. Naruto swirled away and appeared inside his room. Hinata was already sound asleep. I'll fix that in the morning, Naruto thought, looking at the window, and laid down, resuming his sleep. Next morning, so let's see, Naruto said as he shuffled the maze that was the Senju library. Saying that this library was extensive was saying something. Even more now that Naruto and Minato added the Uchiha library to it. These shelves seemed to go on forever. Thousands upon thousands of scrolls ranging from medic jutsus to offensive ones, from history scrolls to journals. I'm never going to find the right section at this pace, Naruto sighed as he went back to the beginning. Here you are, Naruto heard and turned to the library's entrance to see Hinata leaning on the door frame. Hinata-chan, Naruto yelled as he rushed her. Help me, I'm desperate, Naruto yelled, crying anime tears while he kneeled at Hinata's feet. Hinata just sweat dropped at his behavior. There, Hinata said gently, tapping Naruto's back. What are you doing here anyway? Hinata asked, curious. I'm trying to find the biology section but I can't. Can you help me? Naruto asked with his best puppy dog eyes. You're such a big baby, Hinata replied, and Naruto grinned. It's this way, Hinata said, and Naruto gladly followed. They turned right, then right again, followed by another left until Naruto was lost. Here we are, Hinata said as she pointed towards the biology-related stuff. Finally, Naruto said as he scanned the shelf for the books he was looking for. Why are you interested in biology now of sudden? Hinata asked, curious, and looked over the book that Naruto picked up. Biology of Reptiles, Hinata read out loud the book's title. For what possible end would you want to read this book? Hinata asked. That is a secret, Naruto replied, chuckling as he scanned the content of the book. By the way, Naruto called out, getting Hinata's attention. Shouldn't you at the hospital? Naruto asked. I have the day off, Hinata replied. Well then, how about we start your senjutsu training? Naruto asked and Hinata quickly nodded. Naruto placed an arm around her and both of them swirled away. Training Ground 8. Both Naruto and Hinata arrived at their old training grounds back when they belonged to Team 8. We haven't been here in a while, Hinata said, and Naruto nodded. Sanaijishu, hidden snake hands, a voice echoed throughout the clearing. Both Naruto and Hinata walked towards the voice that seemed to be only a few yards away. They arrived to see Anko with her right arm extended with several snakes out of her sleeve. The snakes wrapped themselves around another shinobi who Hinata immediately identified as Kurenai. Kurenai burst into a cloud of pink flower petals. Anko immediately flared her chakra, dispelling the low-level illusion, only to see Kurenai on the side going through hand seals. Anko hurled several shuriken to prevent Kurenai from finishing her seals. Kurenai was forced to stop her jutsu and dive to the side to avoid the volley. Katan, Ryuka no Jutsu, Fire Dragon Technique, Anko said, pumping her lungs with air and mixing it with chakra. She unleashed a torrent of fire that spread through the training grounds. Shit, Naruto thought to himself, pumping his own lungs with chakra. Suetun, Suijin Hiki, Water Wall, Naruto said, and large dome of water surrounded him and Hinata, preventing any burns. Anko stopped when she saw a large cloud of steam form around the training grounds. Futon, Daitapa, Great Breakthrough, Hinata said, releasing a strong gust of wind that blew the steam away and cleared the vision of everyone on the grounds. You should be careful to where you aim those things, Hinata replied towards Anko, who recognized the two. The spar is over, Anko yelled and looked as Kurenai rose from the ground with her body completely covered with her dark hair. Once Kurenai was above ground, the hair started receding to its usual length. Naruto-kun, Hinata-chan, it's been a while, Kurenai replied, rushing towards the group and greeting them. Kurenai hadn't seen Hinata for a few months now, in fact she hasn't seen her since their practice battle. The royal couple of Konoha, Anko said, getting behind Naruto and Hinata and dropping her arms around each one. So, Anko began with her eyes glistening. Have you two lovebirds done it yet? Anko asked and noted as both of them tensed. Anko, Kurenai yelled, flushing red at Anko's boldness. We'll? Anko said, dragging her voice and wanting the juicy details. We have, Naruto simply replied, making Kurenai's jaw drop and Anko grin, releasing both of them. Naruto-kun, Hinata yelled as she tried her best to avoid looking at Kurenai. What? Naruto asked, confused. Are you ashamed of being with me? Naruto asked, looking down. No, it's not that, Hinata quickly replied. It's private and should stay that way, Hinata explained, and Naruto nodded, feeling like a dumbass. Forget that, Anko replied and dragged Hinata to the side. So, how was he? Anko asked and noticed how Hinata began to poke her fingers together as drop of blood ran down her nose. Oh my god, Anko yelled, staring at Hinata. She's a pervert, Anko thought to herself, grinning. You better go get Anko. We are supposed to train and I feel that Hinata is about to faint, Naruto replied, looking towards Kurenai, who seemed to be drilling a hole in Naruto's skull. What? Naruto asked, confused by her glare. I hope you at least use protection, Kurenai stated, crossing her arms in front of her chest. You are one to talk, Kurenai-sensei, Naruto sarcastically replied. What are you talking about? Kurenai asked, confused. What do you think I'm talking about? Naruto rhetorically asked. I'm talking about the fetus growing in you, Naruto said, pointing towards her womb. What? Kurenai asked, alarmed, looking at her stomach, not that she would see much. You're pregnant. You knew that, right? Naruto asked, looking at Kurenai, who had a blank face. Are you sure? Kurenai asked. Not that she wasn't happy, but she had to be sure. I am. I can feel his life force already. If you ask Hinata-chan, she can confirm it with the Byakugan, Naruto said. Be right back, Kurenai quickly replied and went to fetch Hinata to confirm Naruto's diagnose. Kurenai quickly returned with a grinning Anko, who seemed to be seizing Naruto up and down, and a blushing Hinata, who still couldn't look Kurenai in the eyes. Hinata-chan, can you use your Byakugan on my, womb? Kurenai timidly asked, and Hinata got confused but did it anyways. Gasp. You're pregnant, Hinata said, making Anko's jaw drop. Congratulations, Hinata said and hugged Kurenai fiercely. How come you didn't tell me? Anko asked, faking anger. Naruto-kun told me right now, Kurenai replied, and Anko nodded. So, Anko began, who is the father? Anko asked, grinning, while Kurenai blushed. Is it a chain-smoking wind user that we all know? Naruto asked, joining Anko in the teasing. Idiots, Kurenai replied, smacking them both. He is, Kurenai replied. What are you doing here anyway? Kurenai asked, trying to change the subject. We came here to train, Naruto replied as he looked towards Anko and remembered that still had the cursed seal of heaven that Naruto promised to remove. Say Anko, Naruto said, gathering her attention. I can remove your cursed seal now. Do you want to do it now? Naruto asked, and Anko almost jumped him, nodding her head fiercely. Lie down on the ground, Naruto said, and Anko quickly followed. Hinata and Kurenai took a few steps back to give Naruto space. This might sting a little bit, Naruto said, and channeled chakra to his index finger. Naruto placed his index finger in the valley of Anko's breasts, right above her heart. Oi, Anko grumbled. These belong to Kakashi-kun, you know? Anko rhetorically asked, lifting her breasts with her hands. Naruto could only stutter at her actions. Anko, stop playing with them and focus, Kurenai yelled, making Anko scoff. Cough. Naruto cleared his throat to remove any pervert thoughts about Kakashi and Anko's breasts. Anko gave a small gasp as Naruto released a small yet strong spark from his fingertip. The small spark was enough to shut down Anko's heart, effectively killing the jounin. He killed her, Hinata thought in shock, looking at Naruto, who seemed to be calm like nothing had happened. You do now what you just did, right? Hinata asked fearfully. Of course. The cursed seal of heaven automatically disappears when the user dies, Naruto explained, and Hinata sighed in relief. Why would I force Anko through the pain of forcefully removing it when the seal itself already does that, Naruto explained and pointed to Anko's shoulder. The 3 tomos of the cursed seal of heaven started spinning and sizzling. As they spun, a black smoke started erupting from it, and little by little, the seal started shrinking until nothing remained on her shoulder. If they didn't know any better, they wouldn't think she ever had a seal to begin with. Naruto placed one finger of her forehead and jump-started her body again. Anko opened her eyes like nothing had ever happened. Is it done? Anko asked nervously. She didn't know what she would do if Naruto answered no. You are free, forever, Naruto replied, and Anko quickly got and hugged him, spinning him around in happiness. Are you crying? Kurenai teased, seeing Anko's watery eyes. No, Anko quickly replied. I've gotta go home and tell Kakashi-kun, Anko replied before quickly taking off. I've never seen her so happy, Kurenai replied, smiling until she remembered her being pregnant. Well, Kurenai said, running her hand over her stomach. I've got to break the news to Asuma-kun. See you later, Kurenai said, and shunshined away, leaving Naruto and Hinata alone. That was interesting, Naruto replied, and Hinata nodded. Both of them sat down on the lotus position, facing each other. Now, Naruto said, and gathered Hinata's attention. What is chakra? Naruto asked, and Hinata simply stared at him with a blank face. Oh come on, just humor me, Naruto replied, and Hinata sighed. Chakra is the mix of the body's physical energy and the soul's spiritual energy, Hinata replied. Exactly, Naruto replied, while Hinata just shook her head. We shinobi can use both of these energies separately. Some bloodlines like the Nara's shadow manipulation use more spiritual energy, making the chakra uneven. The same could be said for the Akimichi, who manipulate physical energy to grow parts of their body. Some genjutsu are even solely based on spiritual energy, like the Nidai Mizukige's genjutsu, Naruto explained, and Hinata raised an eyebrow. Never knew that, Hinata replied, and Naruto nodded, going on with his explanation about the origin and workings of chakra. Most of us simply mix the physical and spiritual energies in equal quantities to produce what we call chakra. Chakra is far stronger than the individual energies, and since it's made from energies that make our own body, if we use too much we die. We need a minimum of these energies to simply keep our body running, Naruto explained, and Hinata nodded. Now senjutsu is a special kind of chakra. Senjutsu chakra is obtained when you gather what we call natural energy and mix it with the physical and spiritual energy to produce a new mixture far more powerful than regular chakra. Understand so far? Naruto asked, and Hinata nodded. What happens if this mixture isn't on equal portions? Hinata asked curious. You said that some jutsu use physical and spiritual energies on different proportions, Hinata explained. If you place too little natural energy you don't get anything, but if you place too much you turn into stone, Naruto said, giving already a warning of the dangers. Stone? Hinata asked fearfully. Natural energy is very powerful and there is a reason why there only been a few to be able to use this energy since the dawn of chakra, Naruto explained. Only shinobi with big chakra pools can even think of trying to learn senjutsu. If you absorb too much natural energy it can overwhelm you and turn you into a statue, Naruto explained, and Hinata nodded, taking everything in. Besides being difficult to learn, there are very few that even teach this art. Ero-sennin learned his from the toads, who unlike other animals share a stronger connection to nature. Hashirama learned his from his summons, the Ents, and I learned from Hashirama since the foxes didn't have any senjutsu training, Naruto said. 1. This training is divided into 2 steps. First step is learning how to feel and gather natural energy, and the second step is learning how to find the perfect mix with the other 2 energies to produce senjutsu chakra. When you have enough of this senjutsu chakra you enter what is called sage mode, where your taijutsu, ninjutsu, or anything chakra-based get a boost. Your self-healing also receives a huge boost, Naruto finished explaining and waited for Hinata to process everything. Ready to begin? Naruto asked, and Hinata nodded. I'm going to leave a clone near you at all times. Should you ever lose control of the senjutsu chakra I will pull it out using my Preta path so you won't turn into stone, Naruto said, and Hinata nodded. To be able to absorb natural energy one must become one with nature. You need to remain perfectly still, but for now I'm going to infuse some senjutsu chakra into you so you can start to feel it, Naruto said. Naruto concentrated for a few minutes until he had gathered enough natural energy to enter his sage mode. Say, Hinata started. Will I also have those kind of markings in my face? Hinata asked curious, not that it looked bad. That is an interesting topic, Naruto replied, bringing his hand to his chin. No one really knows why, but these markings aren't always the same. My markings are like Hashirama's but in a different color, although they are completely different from Ero-sennin's, Naruto explained, and Hinata nodded. Naruto placed 2 fingers on Hinata's forehead and leaked a small amount of already molded senjutsu chakra to Hinata. It's so powerful, Hinata said in a strained voice as she tried to contain the powerful senjutsu chakra. Don't fight or try to constrain the chakra. Let it roam through your body, to your arms and legs, into your eyes. Embrace the chakra, Naruto advised, and Hinata tried just that. She channeled a small amount to her and activated her Byakugan on accident. Gasp. What's wrong? Naruto asked, worried. He was restraining most of the senjutsu chakra just to give Hinata a feel for it before she tried to create her own. I can see it, Hinata whispered. I can see the natural energy. I can see it rushing through the trees and into the leaves. I can see it running on the ground, it's everywhere, it's beautiful, Hinata said as she observed the natural energy. You mean you can see the energy with your Byakugan? Naruto asked in disbelief, and Hinata just nodded. Unbelievable, Naruto thought to himself, he wasn't able to see the energy with his Sharingan. Naruto removed his hand and stopped feeding her senjutsu chakra. Hinata's Byakugan deactivated and her vision was cut off, making her frown. Well, at least feeling natural energy won't be difficult for you. Now you need to remain perfectly still and try to feel this energy that is everywhere. Once you start to feel it you need to grab it and merge it with your other energies to produce senjutsu chakra, Naruto explained, and Hinata nodded, sitting on the ground in lotus position. I'll be reading my book while you try it, alright? Naruto asked, and Hinata nodded, relaxing every sense and focusing entirely on the feeling she got earlier. Say, Hinata suddenly said, stopping Naruto on his tracks, can I use shadow clones to speed up my training? Hinata asked and Naruto chuckled. You can, but only 9 at most, Naruto said, and made enough shadow clones so that each Hinata had one Naruto. Why only 9? Hinata asked, confused. Like I said, natural energy is very powerful. By using shadow clones you split your chakra between them, lowering the quantity in each one. If make more than 9, your chakra pool will become too low for you to absorb natural energy without repercussion. And if one of your clones turns to stone, it's the end for the original as well, Naruto explained, and Hinata nodded. Let's see, Naruto thought to himself as he laid down on the ground, up against a tree, and opened his book to start reading. He looked up and smiled as he saw Hinata in deep concentration. 1 hour later, need help? Naruto asked as he noticed that Hinata was having problems remaining perfectly still. Even for someone who had extreme flexibility for combat, it was difficult. Animals were never meant to stay perfectly still like plants. I guess, Hinata mumbled behind her breath, making Naruto chuckle. The original Naruto stood in front of all of the Hinatas and slammed his hands on the ground. 10 spikes made of rock rose from the ground and stood at good 7 feet from the base. After the earth spikes were made, Naruto made another one for himself and several rock platforms. To help you keep perfectly still, you place one these on top of the spikes and try not to fall, Naruto said, pointing towards the earth plates. Naruto picked one and jumped towards one of the spikes, landing perfectly on it. Naruto sat down and the platform didn't even waver as Naruto was completely still. Naruto chuckled as almost all of Hinata's clone fell to the ground instantly. Hinata glared at Naruto, who remained still on his own rock board, lazily reading his book. Naruto reminded Hinata of Kakashi, the way he was reading that book, lazily going over to the next page. I'll get this eventually, Hinata thought to herself before she picked another piece of stone and jumped towards the spike. Hinata fell once again and narrowed her eyes when she heard Naruto silently laugh. You keep laughing and you will end up on the couch, Hinata playfully said. Hinata-chan, Naruto whined, making Hinata grin. Few days later, Hinata was returning from the training grounds as she finished her senjutsu training for the day. She was happy that she completed one of her new techniques that she was almost skipping through the road. She arrived near the Senju compound when she felt Naruto's chakra nearby. She quickly located him and went towards him only to stare at him in shock. No, Hinata thought in disbelief, shaking as she looked towards Naruto. Naruto was grinding himself against some girl. He was kissing her all over her neck and chest and, by the looks of it, the girl was enjoying it. Naruto, Hinata said, gathering his attention. Oh shit, Naruto thought to himself as he stopped his ministrations and turned to see his girlfriend with a neutral face, too neutral for his taste. Wait, Naruto said, detaching himself from the girl and waving his hands in front of Hinata. I can explain, Naruto quickly said. And what is there to explain? Hinata said, narrowing her eyes at her boyfriend. I guess you grew tired of me, was that it? Hinata asked with her voice getting louder. No at all, Naruto stuttered as he tried to quickly come up with an excuse. Why, you see, Naruto said, but Hinata was already in front of him. After everything we have been through, you do this to me, Hinata said in a low voice. I gave you everything and you betrayed my trust with some hussy, Hinata said with her eyes watering. Slap. Naruto was thrown backwards by a chakra-powered slap. He crashed into the building, knowing down a wall. I hate you, Senju Naruto, Hinata yelled as she ran off in tears. The other girl was just curled in ball, trying not to faint from all the killing intent that was thrown around. See you in the next video.